The official start of spring is still over a week away, but you wouldn't know it with all the allergens already in the air. So I had a chance to stop by Fresh Air Natural Foods in Lynchburg and talk allergies. Patrick Sabin had advice on how to treat them in a more natural way.
They work by irrigating the nasal passages and the sinuses. Most people just use a mild solution of salt water, and that helps to thin out the mucus secretions that tend to accumulate. And usually if you can accomplish that, the body's own healing processes can take it from there.
And I know it's not the most comfortable thing in the world. Can you tell us how it works?
You use these little pots to run a stream of water in a nostril. You're leaning over the sink, and it actually flows up into the nostril and comes out the other side.
And you even have some for kids here too.
We do. Some kids like these better. It's a little tricky to teach a child to use a neti pot. So these are like almost like little syringes that help irrigate their nasal passages.
Now, Patrick, we're talking about the difference between prescription drugs and herbal remedies and homeopathic medicines. Can you tell us the difference?
Prescription drugs are usually blood constricting medications, and that's how they reduce the swelling and reduce the discharge. For some people, that leads to they get a reaction. They get almost dependent on them. Herbal products work differently. They work by cleansing and purifying the mucous membranes that line the nasal passages and the sinus passages, and that's where the bacteria grow. That's where the mucus accumulates, and that is a real direct way to attack the inflammation, the irritation of those mucous membranes, and it's very effective.
I know personally I've taken a lot of medications, prescription medications. I've got hives, I've got sinus issues, I've got tons of things that go on. And I oftentimes, after taking a prescription drug, after a long period of time, I get another sinus infection. And it almost seems like the cure is worse.
Yes, people do get into a rebound effect and a vicious cycle, really, sometimes with pharmaceutical medicines. Yeah.
And can you tell us specifically a little bit more about these?
These products are the homeopathic products, and the best I can tell you about homeopathic products is that they stimulate the body's innate healing response. They are very old. They've been around for a couple of 100 years, believe it or not. Uh-huh. Obviously, these formulas are more modern, but they are very effective for most of our customers with no side effects. Another important thing about homeopathics is they can be taken with your other medications.
That's nice. And something not to sniff at is this indoor allergy stuff, because the allergies inside your home are often worse than the outdoor ones, aren't they?
Many people do react to the airborne dust and mold spores. You can have them at a high level in the air inside your house or your workplace and not know it.
Yeah, and you have something around here too for animal and pet dander, and I have 3 cats and I understand that.
Yes, once again, they're homeopathic, and they work by stimulating the body's innate healing response to that allergic reaction.
And you can even take some of your medicines by tea, and I love this idea that it's kind of a relaxing idea of taking your medicine.
Yes. Probably this time of year, one of the most popular ones is the nettle tea, because nettles is an herb that's a tried and true remedy for sinus congestion. There's a very strongly decongesting herbal tea, very menthol, very, very pleasant, kind of a nice minty, refreshing thing there, but it is very decongesting. The throat coat tea is excellent for the irritated throat that people get from the sinus drip. Mm-hmm. And the Breathe Easy helps to decongest the nasal passages.
You know, one thing I think I've always appreciated when I come here, I've been here for the last couple of years, is that everyone knows their stuff. You know, when I go to other stores, oftentimes you never can find anybody and nobody knows specifics, but your group here knows their business.
We try to. We try to stay responsive to what it is our customers need.
And you can check out Fresh Air Natural Foods on Lakeside Drive in Lynchburg, 434-385-9252, or at freshairnaturalfoods.com.